Welcome to Fable Table, an actual play live stream focused on critical world building, collaborative storytelling, and finding the fun in games. We're back. We took a week, 2 weeks off. I don't know. I don't think I played a single tabletop game last week. It was just not a week for tabletop. But I got to watch Brian play a lot of Dragon Warriors. So
yes,
and I played a lot of Hades. Yeah, but we're back. And Andy's with us again.
We're sponsored by GameCube.
We are sponsored by GameCube. If you don't know why we're sponsored by GameCube, really, you need to just show up for these live shows because we've spent the last like 25 minutes talking about GameCube games and stuff from our childhoods. It was great. Okay. Let's dive right in. Andy just requested a recap. Does anyone remember what happened all the while ago?
I mean, I can venture it in a vague sense.
Let's do it. Let's go for a vague sense, and everyone else can cut in with inaccurate facts.
Yes, please
to throw you off.
We were brought to attention by a klaxon sounding as we run to the storm drive, which is what essentially creates the misty area around the reef. And we find a pirate leader and several other pirates setting up sabotage, I believe, on it, if I remember correctly. We enter into a fight. It was a little rough in the start, but we end up crushing the pirate leader and scattering the pirates. Lettuce stays and fixes the storm drive, which has taken some damage from some of our own fire. And Norm was interrogating somebody. I was working the computer, and Dax chases the pirates that run from the room and manages to infiltrate their team as they fly off of the Genesis ship.
The Blue Horizon.
Making a run for it. Let's see here. I think Norm ended up going to the mainframe and finding a way through our help to disarm a whole bunch of demo charges that were going to blow up essentially part of the mainframe and send the ship into a spiral of some kind. I can't remember the exact details of that. And then after that, we go hunting for Dax, who goes on the ship, essentially assassinates the leader, kills all the insurgents, and then crashes the ship that they're in right into the Genesis ship and nearly fucking dies. It was really
unintentional
close.
crash.
Yes. Most of that was intentional. The crashing part was not.
Wow. We managed to, through some creative lawyering, maneuvering, and a couple of good rolls, barely save Dax from this crash. But the pirates were defeated. And we found out that these pirates actually were not pirates, but were actually mercenaries, or at least hired by mercenaries for the Cabal.
Yes.
Dax wakes up in a room. Dot is there, of course, and there are plants surrounding him everywhere. Norm has restructured the entire pirate organization in the meantime, prevent further insurrection, and has helped put Theon Hammond, the Children of Genesis, in power. And I think we discovered that the Candid Corsairs have stolen tech from the Genesis ships to research it, essentially trying to create a techno-theocracy. And that is where my notes end as we level up, and I have notes that this week we're going to use the Soul Crystal to turn the Genesis ship back on.
Yes. Okay. I think one correction.
There's plenty of holes there.
That was really solid. 2 corrections, but first a question from Andy.
Why are there blue dots on planets on our map?
We'll get to that.
Okay, Andy, stay with the recap, Andy. Focus. Okay.
Good question. No one knows the answer to that yet.
Got it.
Okay. 2 corrections. When you said the storm, when you were talking about the storm drive, did you suggest that it created the reef?
No.
Okay.
I think it held it back. It holds it from.
Yes.
It pushes it away from the area by the pirates and holds it at bay.
Yes.
Essentially.
Basically, like like a magnet pushing away. It's creating like a magnetic field that pushes away the bad stuff.
Yeah.
And the second correction, and this is just I think you gave Norm a little too much credit. I don't think Norm disabled anything other than there was like
disabled the lives of many men, and that's all that matters.
You did disable the lives of many men, but also he disabled no demo charges. They were all on a tripwire, but he did, by being present, stop a bunch of people that would have ran into that room from tripping them. Like, he went, hey, everybody go that way, please go away from this area immediately. Oh, and look, there's a body here that's strangely shaped in a way that would suggest he tried to kill me. Weird.
I planted evidence. All right, I was a good police officer in that moment. All right, OJ wasn't getting away this time.
Okay. Any questions, Andy?
Was Lettuce able to fully repair the damage that you left him to work on?
Yes. Shadow rolled really well, and Sunny was able to give you like really good directions on what needed to be fixed to repair the storm drive. Because if you hadn't, you all would be dead. And so would the entire pirate or like society. Because this storm drive is the only thing keeping you all safe from the storm of the reef.
Wow. So I leveled up for doing crazy work while I was there, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, great.
So go ahead and go through the steps of leveling up. I think everyone else has at this point. Yes. And so while Dax was incapacitated from running a ship into more ships and nearly killing himself, we woke up and it like some time had passed. I think like another week or so. And as was mentioned, there was like this whole like week of like who was responsible for this. Oh my God, it was a bunch of corporate mercenaries that infiltrated really all of our major factions. We need to tighten up our security and who we let into our pirate crews. And Norm used his like bureaucratic bullshit to actually help for once and save lives rather than take them.
Ouch. And true, but ouch.
It's a job.
Where's the level up?
It's like on page like 30 or 40 or something.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
Do another.
You should now be level 6.
Yes.
Oh, okay. We're good.
Yeah. Yeah. So, John, you said you wanted to dig more into this. You said techno-theocracy. Now, I've spent the last week looking up the word pairing techno-theocracy and theotechnocracy. And they don't exist. They're not a thing. And in fact, Google's new Bard chatbot told me that a theocracy and a technocracy are like fundamentally, like philosophically, do not work together. Because one makes decisions based on belief, and one makes decisions based on technical skill. I would love to hear
what happens when you worship technical skill, Nick.
Here we go.
But they don't worship technical skill. They don't worship technical skill.
ApolloNik. See, one of the great things about playing a pretend game is we don't care about what's happening in the real world at the time. So why don't you get all the way off my back and we can enjoy ourselves?
Great reference. Yes. So I would describe the Children of Genesis, what they've been and what they are building now with your help, as a technological theocracy. They worship technology. They worship
what
technology.
Is that shortened down to?
It's a theocracy, is what it is.
Unbelievable.
He'll die in that.
That was a top tier troll. That was very good.
Getting fucking griefed in real time. Hang on, that deserves a good old pumpkin for ApolloNik. You're the clown today.
Yep, I'm getting clowned on. Okay, so I actually maybe next time I'm going to talk to you all about another game that I have that we can play where we can explore that religion, and it could be really fun. Anyway, but we should keep things moving here. So I think things are a little like end over end with the pirates right now. Like their entire society is kind of restructuring itself and its government and bureaucracy as a whole. A lot of the pirates are really I guess glad they're not dead and grateful for that. But they're also very concerned about the fact that all of a sudden there is this like weird cultish religious order that's now in charge of them, and their leaders are who Norm has helped kind of
Unionize, consolidate,
buy in. I was gonna say you've helped the leadership buy into this. They're having to do a lot of work. It's not like people are accepting this overnight. Andy is rolling a new HP, and Andy rolled better than before.
2 points better. From 14,
Andy.
from 14 to 16.
Oh my gosh.
So proud of you, buddy.
Oh dear.
You have less hit points than I do now.
Yeah, there's also like a lot of concern about like, hey, could my neighbor secretly be like a corporate mercenary? Oh God, I haven't known you that long. And there's just a lot that the pirate leadership is having to deal with right now. But you all are more concerned with other things, particularly with the Blue Horizon, which, as you've seen in the server rooms, it indeed has been affected by the Nyota radiation. It will be, or is, once turned on, sentient. So where does this leave you all? Should we have a scene where we discuss like our options and what to do next?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say that you all have come off of a busy day of working with bureaucrats and pirate leadership. You all come back to the Team Bella, your ship, and Mouse has prepared a pretty good meal for you all, and is using a lot of the fresh ingredients that Dot has provided.
Every time Mouse puts it down, I'm gonna point out one thing that's wrong with it, regardless of if it's wrong or whatever, and ask him for something new, just to continue the cycle over and over and over again until he gives up.
The pirates don't really have a lot of staples. They have to steal
I can't
everything.
eat spam. Come on, take it back.
Right, but this isn't spam. It's the soybean. The moss, it's actually not soybean. It's moss spam. It's all plants.
We're fighting men. We can't have soy in our diets.
It's moss, not soy.
Why would you give me moss to eat? Those grow on grapes. Take it back.
Because again, they have to steal most things, and they can buy.
You're saying this
stuff.
wasn't ethically sourced?
I mean, it was in that the planet of Saber is dying and the farmers need to sell their crop. So
just
they
shake my head.
are buying moss protein
We're
on
not just
pennies
buying,
for the
but
dollar.
stealing from Big Ag. Unbelievable.
I will walk by, pick up the plate, and put it in front of Dax, who I almost guarantee you will eat it, regardless of what it is.
I do. I scarf up the plate of moss. Like,
Hey. His jaw works. Hell yeah.
Yay!
it's an improvement, man.
Day
Being
one of
jawless,
recovery.
no fun.
Yeah, I know. I know Dax has not been a fan of the moss smoothies.
Oh man, you can't have that green swill, man.
Well, I'm glad you can chew again. It's not too
Dude.
tough.
What?
The moss spam patties.
No. Soft like butter.
Good.
A little stringy.
What's butter?
Oh, you don't know what butter is?
Dairy
just-
dairy in the
Wretched
future.
life you've led.
Man, I'll tell you what. There's some like weird experiments going on at Aphrodite, and one of them's called butter. You should really look it up.
Okay, I will.
It's gonna be the future, man. Butter.
Here, well, Norm, if you won't eat the entree, here I made a tiramisu. You know,
What's it made out of?
Yeah, there's no dairy, so what's the?
it's
Now I'm worried.
it's cake with coffee and
Wait, you managed to get eggs?
what's an egg?
You know what coffee is?
Oh yeah, it's basically
Strangle him right now. Just over the table, mess up with all the trays. Ask the alien crab man to help me.
the plate of tiramisu that he set in front of Norm just gets like shoved, like the table just like goes up and down, and while it's up, the plate just slides towards Dax.
Well, more food, yeah.
I look at our good friend Lettuce, who we've been trying to roleplay as without actually roleplaying him since last session.
Look, sometimes lettuce goes nonverbal. It's fine.
Assuming Lettuce is still catatonic after a perfect roll to repair the ship and not kill every single person inside the reef.
Correct.
Yeah, so he's just sort of quiet and like not really paying attention, just like moving food to his mouth. Not important to him that there's no dairy or eggs in this tiramisu.
That's not what's important right now. You've been awfully quiet this past 31 solar days since a month has transpired in game time since we played, but only 2 weeks in real time. 3 weeks for you. I wiped the metal off my mouth and then talked to you, Lettuce, once more. You want to turn on a fucking AI that is sentient, ship-wide, go to war?
I have hesitations about the AI, or I would agree to something like that.
I look to Dax.
I'm all for it, man. Come on, it'll be fun.
Hell yeah. Dunny, captain, my captain.
Oh,
No, fuck you.
Well-
Dax, for skipping whatever.
that's cool. I'll keep eating my tiramisu.
Eat your goddamn soup, whatever that is.
Now hang on, says Diaren, who is like poking at the moss spam food. Like Lettuce, I too have some concerns over turning on the AI. Lettuce, tell him.
I mean, I have a track record of not trusting AI. They are single-minded and reflections of the terrible people who may have created them. So I don't trust it without getting to know it a lot better.
Yes. And what are the chances that humans thousands and thousands of years ago that made the blue horizon where any any better than people today.
I mean, they might have been good people, but they might have still had some horrible ideas.
Wasn't
They didn't seem to have anything to do with the Blue Horizon becoming an AI. It was only the exposure to the Neota rays here was on that. The question that I pose. Go ahead, Lettuce.
No, sorry. So it's sorry. They didn't create it. But they built the system that was then given this intelligence. They still might have built the system in ways that might not be merit giving it that power.
Well, if I'm understanding the history you've explained to me correctly, wasn't the man that the hero of your people that saved your home planet from extinction? Didn't he also like start the cabal? Or the company behind them?
I feel like most people from our history who are remembered as heroes were actually terrible people.
Never trust a human in a story or otherwise.
I concur.
Is that your takeaway in all good faith?
I mean, it would seem it's your takeaway from the
How many hit points does this alien fuck think he has? How dare he say that? Such anti-human hatred after all we've done for this dumb fuck. I actually cannot believe him.
Hold on.
I shoved my knife.
It was
cuts through tables and men alike.
It was implied.
You will show some goddamn respect, mister.
I pick up my tiramisu and walk over and like effectively try and sit on Norm's lap to just push him away from the table and get in between.
I am
him
3
and
times
Byron.
your size in health and ability to kill.
Wedging my way in between you two and continuing to eat in between you.
Norm. It was implied that I trust you all. You all are the exception, of course.
You're deeply xenophobic, and you should change your tune quickly. I can kill many men without your help. In fact, what have you done for us recently?
He takes a very quick and sudden bite, unlike all of the other bites. Or they take a sudden bite, unlike the ones they've taken before. Look, it's your government that has still refused to give my people their planet back.
Mm-hmm.
You left the planet.
He didn't leave the planet. His ancestors did, and I don't hold his people, past or present, to account. I expect the same respect. Don't be judging our entire people's history based off a couple of key figures. Otherwise, I am going to scour the history of yours and bring down example after example of bad individual and have you answer for them.
Can I roll to just like slowly shunt Norm out of the dining room? Just
Make an attack roll.
Just like keep eating, not looking at him, but just back him out of the room.
He's just like posting up on him, like elbowing him out.
No elbows, just creating space in front of him and moving him out of the room.
That sounds like a work charisma check to me.
Yeah,
Work charisma.
Wait a second.
How is Norm reacting to this attempt to?
I mean, the only way that would ever work, which is an 8, by the way. So there's a chance it works here.
Success.
Unless I give him a DC 14 because I'm actually a hyper tech, what's it called? I'm forgetting all the DC. Either way, Norm is now a principled leader of a techno-theocratic state. And he is tired of being bitched at by aliens who are getting handouts in their revenge plots. He's helping this alien out, and he's not going to just fucking lie back and take whatever insult. This guy better start acting nice. He's going to get... Yeah.
My
alien's getting
my
hands
mate
out.
and I came to this sector
The alien would be dead.
to seek a
okay?
diplomatic solution. My mate was murdered and I was captured.
You're welcome for freeing you, by the way. We offered to send you home. You
Look,
chose revenge.
Yes, and that is why, like, I am grateful
Okay,
for it, which is
well,
why
watch your
I
fucking
trust.
words. You're upsetting
I
the
trust-
irrational murder ape in front of you. All right, let's talk
Irrational
about
murder ape,
powering
indeed.
up the murder potential sentient AI who may be able to give us even better weapons to genocide my species. Thank you. Lettuce, you were saying the negative. Please give us an argument as to why it's a bad idea to power up the genociding, terraforming AI sentient spaceship.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Even intelligences that are beyond our comprehension.
Based. Dax, what about you?
Oh man, I just think Dot could use like a friend, of her own kind. Be
It's
cool.
a very compelling argument. I say to Lettuce specifically. Sonny.
The thing that runs through my mind is, why were these mercenaries here? They weren't just here to destroy the pirates. The Cabal fears this ship and the potential that's here.
You know that?
I'm making a blanket assumption, but it makes me wonder, why were they here?
So you all, I assume Norm left the two that were in your care, Sonny, and didn't murder them in cold blood like he did the third one.
Pirates, right?
I don't make that assumption unless Norm tells me.
Okay.
I killed one. Okay.
So
That's it.
let's assume that some interrogation happened, and they were afraid of Norm, and they wanted to answer all your questions. They weren't getting paid enough to keep tight-lipped in the middle of the reef after being found out with no escape options. So you would find out that they along with almost all of the crew, save for the two captains that Dax managed to kill, were just like hired to be sleeper agents in the pirate fleet. Like, the corporations had found out about the Cove and all of this whole pirate like fleet, and were just hired to like join a pirate band and find your way to the Cove and be a part of them until you are contacted and asked to do a mission, at which point, like, here is your rate, and based on the amount of time you spend in the fleet, like, we'll pay you huge sums of money. So
are you describing our exact mission from Mango Glory Hole?
Except they were supposed to be like not be discovered, which I guess they weren't until they went active. But basically these captains contacted them and were like, hey, this Blue Horizon thing, turns out it is sentient. It's Sparkborn, like the other AI the Cabal's been making. We have to destroy it. We cannot allow such a powerful thing to be in the hands of anyone that's not us. There's no way we can recover it. So your job is to destroy it. And that
they will then pivot on that information.
Mm-hmm.
Say, we're entering into a war here, and this could be quite a large potential ally, enough that the Cabal was willing to burn a dozen sleeper agents to destroy it.
Means we turn it on, right? Corpos are scared of it. It must be good.
Honestly, wait, couldn't they have sent like thousands of mercenaries? How many people are in this sector of space?
In the
Jim,
the
and
shore.
Bob, and me, and you.
Forget Mouse.
There are like a billion people here or
yeah,
something?
between all of the planets of the shore, all like 12 of them. Although some of them are quite uninhabitable. Yeah, there's probably about a billion people. So each planet is really not that like heavily populated, but also there's usually only like one major city per moon or planet. Certainly lots of settlements, but
Yeah.
in terms of like really dense areas, it's very like Cowboy Bebop, where it's like here is the place, here's the city, here is the dome, here is yeah, so still quite a large number of people, but very undense. What's the opposite of dense?
I'm just
Sparse.
saying.
Sparse.
I don't
Thank
know
you.
if okay. So here's my concern, fellas.
Mhm.
Don't turn it on. Like, this was phase 1. This was like a very cheap attack that they could have done, of like 12 guys, 2 leaders, 2 ships, and then, you know, blow up one big ass space station sized vessel and pirate fleet. If I was them, I'd be now worried about phase 2 of sending like actual fleets here, because they clearly know where it is. They had an escape route. So if we don't turn it on, we need to destroy it, I suppose.
We can't destroy it. Think of all the pirate people, man. Their homes
True.
here.
But like the
Don't we
Can
need
we-
them to fight the corpos?
Can we render it inert
Yeah.
somehow?
I don't think we want to do that. I'd like to move it. I don't think that's possible. Because
No.
there's like static ways of entering this nebula, getting here. How the pirates are doing it. And if that's gets leaked, then
There are only so many entrances to the cove, the big open space here, and they have patrols and like ships stationed at each of them. So
yeah, but if the corporations wanted to, they could wipe these guys out.
Could be a pitched battle, but more
Yeah.
resources versus less resources eventually leads to a conclusion that is inevitable.
I'm for giving Dot a friend. I step to the side of Dax, and as we are the 2 main fighters of the group, I doubt these fucks will go against our word.
I'm leaning to
Diaren
Go
like
ahead.
scooches over next to Lettuce, like really closely. And they all look at you, Sonny, the captain.
they do. The tie-breaking vote. Sonny will ponder for a minute. Then he'll turn to Lettuce and Diaren, say, I know you're worried. I understand your concerns. Look at what has happened with Dot since she's been turned on. It is not the AI itself that one must fear. It is the environment and the things that it is exposed to. Remember, an AI is nothing if not something that will learn, adapt.
Not afraid of an AI.
How can we isolate?
Wonderful. Diaren is with us. Let's turn this thing on.
That's not what I said.
I high five Sonny.
Lettuce. Speak up, Lettuce.
How can we
Have to be
guarantee?
obstinate, Diaren.
How can we guarantee isolating this thing to just Dot and Dax so that it grows, so that it learns the same positive vibes?
You can't let us, which is why
I can
you
hang
have
out
to be
with it.
here.
I'm a good guy.
You think that the environment we're in, with the factions we're surrounded by, is one that will teach this AI to not be the murder machine that we think it could become?
I think that's what we're hoping it will become, though.
The idea is teach what we need to before shit hits the fan. That's why
All
we
right.
need you here as our
Then-
quality control, sir.
Then we teach it Ether Rich first.
Never too early to get our AI started on Das Kapital.
In descending order.
If that's what it takes to convince you.
I mean, should we really suggest that it should eat more than the rich? Should we just try and
get the fuck out of here?
No, this is Diaren speaking. Wrong voice. Or you're hearing the wrong character, Norm. Chill out.
Okay. God, I hate Mouse.
No, this is Mouse. This really annoying, almost Morty voice is Mouse. Should we teach it only eat the rich? And stop there.
There will always be, unless the system of capitalism is destroyed, there will always be someone wealthy at the top who's exploiting people beneath them. So I'm fine with teaching this thing to just consistently eat the rich.
If we end up becoming the rich,
AI overlords over a poor humanity. That's what I want to see.
And then if it ends up being a problem down the road, it's another generation's problem, right, Diaren? That's how you treat things. You just fuck off and make it the next generation's.
Diaren looks at the camera into the viewer's eyes and winks.
And wink.
And
That's
winks.
all, folks.
Diaren leans in. Stay tuned for season 4.
God, Diaren's on season 3?
God damn it. How long do these crab peoples live anyway? It's the natural lifespan of a fucking Zoa goat or whatever they're called.
All right. So, is there any more discussion that you all think needs to be had? It sounds like we've reached a consensus.
It's like
Mouse brings yet another plate of food for Dax, who has been, I guess, too busy eating to
I don't know
talk.
why, but just keep it coming, man. This stuff is hitting the spot. Oh,
Lettuce, this is why you don't have that much HP. You don't eat enough. You don't eat enough moss. Okay, so the pirate government, well, I guess they're not a pirate government anymore.
hell yeah.
But both with the pirate government and the new government, the children of Genesis are not going to allow anything to happen with the Blue Horizon without their expressed consent.
without the express written consent of the NFL.
Yes, precisely.
It's a good thing Norm was instrumental in
That airs before every broadcast of the
every
NFL game.
podcast.
Like you may not redistribute this broadcast without express written consent from the NFL.
Okay. I knew I heard it somewhere. I was like, I've heard that so many times.
Because you live in Texas.
It's true.
Football is life, right, Andy?
Yes.
Football is life.
Bears. Okay.
Oh my God, Nick, you're not even watching season 3 right now.
No, I'm not. We need to hang out this weekend so I can watch more Ted Lasso.
Gotta catch you up.
Okay, moving on. Norm, John, do the thing.
Talking?
Yes, what were you saying?
Norm made a friend within the techno theocratic Theon Hammond. I want to talk to Theon.
Oh man, I really want to say like Theonocracy and make it work.
Theonocracy. The Hammond state. This time on Talk You. All right, Theon. We go to him. We run him down the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Time to turn this bad boy on.
Yeah, so you start walking through all of the welded ships that are fused together to kind of create the main settlement in the cove. Most of the main sections is just a bunch of like bureaucratic offices made out of the ships that have been together. You head to Theon Hammond's office. He is currently chatting with Max Kano, but the office is open. You know Max, you've chatted with him before.
Yeah.
He's someone who used to be a scavenger. And you having talked to him, know that he is a non-believer in like Genesis tech. Like, he does not worship it, but
yeah, we're grifters together.
But he loves technology. Like, he just so desperately wants to work on Genesis tech because he admires the technology.
Good.
So yeah, he's just like talking with and signing some paperwork for Max Kano.
What is his rank? Is he like the secretary of a chief? Like, is he supposed to be in this meeting we're about to have with the top brass?
Max, he's probably like a chief technology officer of some sort, or like chief research director for Genesis technology, some kind of lofty title. Remember, the children of Genesis, especially the people here in this sector, are a lot of really affluent people, very well educated people. So yeah, they love their lofty titles.
So I give him a pat on the shoulder as we barge into the room in force without the alien. Note, Apollo, no alien time this time. We pat him on the back. I gesture to Sonny, who has a soul crystal within a briefcase or a security case. We plant it on the table.
Spin it dramatically. Pop it open.
Theon, Max, friends.
Definitely
Brothers.
a Pulp Fiction moment where the case just glows even though the item emanates no light.
It's even better. I hold out my case.
The GameCube.
Yes. All security cases in the future are GameCubes.
GameCubes.
Yes.
That's where all those unbought GameCubes went into the future.
We put the case down on the table. Theon, how would you like to be the leading man turned on the ship?
I thought you'd never ask.
All right, we do a flash cut to us turning off the ship, not needing to conversate.
Evanescence is playing. Wake me up!
There's no inside. It's just wake me up. Wake me up. I can't wake up.
Save me!
Remember last episode when I said there was a klaxon playing? It was Evanescence.
Jesus Christ. That'd get anyone out of bed quick.
Okay. I do need to. Okay. You know what? Actually, we can go forward with this scene. That's fine. Okay. So, Max Kano will come with you all. He'll run like a final systems diagnostics check. And as far as they can tell, everything with the Blue Horizon is looking good. There are still like years and years of repairs that need to be done on the hull of the ship, but all internal systems seem to be operational. They have control over all bulkheads, securing all areas that that people habitate, so there will be no risk of the ship taking control of like doors and venting all of the atmosphere. Like, everything looks good. Even if there is some sort of catastrophe, other than the storm drive not working suddenly, we couldn't completely give up control of the storm drive, but that's about the only thing we have to worry about. We've put the fleet on yellow alert. Here we go. And
we have our resident hacker man with us too, right? What's his name?
Vorix is surprisingly not here. He said that he got a call that a message was sent for him from the outside. of
More important than turning on a sentient AI to Vorat?
he apparently was a priority call.
I hope his immediate family's okay.
But you did you bring Dot with you?
Of course.
I don't think we
In
can
full Gundam getup.
Shit.
Okay.
She's just walking through the ship, just going.
Oh God.
This needs a plant.
There's a gun that shoots dirt, and then the rest are seeds.
Flips like fuck. What are on a revolver? Is it just called the revolver that you spin? That is the revolver. Okay, spins a revolver on her arm and then starts shooting seeds in the dirt. Spins it again. Water gun shoots out. Hell yeah. Okay, how many soul crystals do you all have left?
We have 4 refined soul crystals left on the Team Bella.
Okay.
Eliminated down to 3.
No, I want you to bring it down to 0.
Going to take 4 full soul crystals to power this thing.
Have I told you how big this ship is?
Oh,
You said one of these soul crystals can destroy a city.
A corrupted one. Yes.
I will delete them from my sheet.
Okay. So, you all hook up the soul crystals to the mainframe and the main computer of the ship. And Max will go through a sequence of like turning on systems one at a time, saving the server room for last, the brains of the ship. And they will Max will start with the engines, and the engines will come online. They won't be able to do full propulsion, not without some more repairs, says Max. We obviously have not prioritized propulsion for this, and have prioritized on all of the other systems and the hull. But we can continue to work on that. And then he starts bringing other systems online, or integrating the mainframe into other systems, and then finally turns the mainframe on. And as he does, you begin to see a faint blue glow emanating around the server room, despite the fact that there is no clear source of light. But there's a bright blue glow. Very similar to the Nyota sun. And you can see currents of bright blue electricity arcing across the surface of all of the servers. The servers themselves have fused to the floor and expanded. Like there has been some sort of growth of the hardware. And this is I guess I forgot to articulate this before, but like this is just how the servers have been this entire time while deactivated. And they begin to hum to life. And with time, the kind of glow, the intensity of the glow and the frequency of the sparks arcing will grow with intensity. And the humming will get louder and louder until there is a nice, deep, lively hum. And you all will feel the ship shudder. And it's a bit disconcerting. And it will shudder again. And again. And then as you wait for another shudder, none will come. And as Max and Theon look around the room at each other and at you all, the eyes kind of center on Max, and he looks down at his computer and he says, "The ship's on."
No warning klaxons of evanescence. Save me! Just over and over on a loop.
No.
No need to say "bring me to life" if he's already alive. Or they. Have you tried to connect with it yet?
It's
Yo, what's up? Big ship homie.
We're like ghost hunters right now. Just...
here, let
I
me.
don't think he's feeling very talkative.
If you can hear me, step to the green box.
Dot sense anything?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Can you grow things in here right now?
Not a superpower.
It is not a superpower. It is.
What if it was?
The room with the
It
server.
could be a superpower.
Hold on, Andy.
Are
I
we in
thi-
the room with the? Are we in the room with the servers?
yes, you are in the server room.
And Dot go look at the hardware growth and analyze it.
I'm not very good with computers.
Are they growing like roots? What's growing?
So the fusion and growth I talked about, you would recognize as the same sort of thing that Vorix showed you in Dot's via AI chip, or the chip that was put in her body.
Is it biomimicry? Does it look like roots growing?
No.
Then never mind.
Don't we just need like a medium to talk to this thing?
That's what I thought Dot might do if it was tree shit. But
I'll walk up to a computer terminal.
Yeah.
Pull the DOS prompt and type hello.
Yeah. Max steps away from
shall
the.
we play a game?
There's a spiral appears on the screen.
He's doing a war games, not Saw. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay. The only reference for "shall we play a game" is in my mind is Saw.
Do
No,
you want to play a game?
Yeah.
Do you want to play a game?
John delivers the Saw shit. I deliver the Matthew.
Okay.
I was with you. I was vibing with war games. Yeah.
Okay.
I was about to pull up tic-tac-toe and just let him go to town. If you don't get the war games reference, you're not going to get that next continue.
Just move on.
And then add war games to the list right behind Clue to go watch the movie.
Okay, fine.
It's actually a pretty good movie, to be honest, especially if you're running a game dealing with AI.
Okay.
Research, Nick. Research.
Are you honking your horn?
Maybe. Brian is acting like a clown right now.
I kind of am. Continue, Nick. I'll stop. I promise.
I'll be honest. I don't know if the ship was equipped with language, or much of a way to communicate. It was intended to be an isolated vessel that acted independently, never interfacing with humans.
Now, change. Things change. Does this ship have like a communication array? It has to have some way of communicating with like the Earth sphere or whatever.
Go ahead, Andy, please.
I was gonna try something stupid, but go ahead and do your.
I want to hear your stupid idea.
All right, I walk Dax over to one of the servers with Dot. All three of us place our hands up on the servers and quietly say, "Make Dot your vessel, make Dot your prophet," and then back away.
Can we just like call this thing like a cell phone, like an '80s brick phone? You know?
How else do you talk to a god?
with a phone that you have to crank to power. So this is interesting. I was going to say how the ship was intended to communicate with humans was it would leave probes behind with shitloads of terraforming data and other scanning data. And this ship has tons of sensors. I don't know if it has a communication array itself. Probably, because it would probably need to communicate with all of its like drones and ships and Makos and all of that. So, but here, let's just go with this idea that Andy came up with.
Worship. All right.
I think as you place your hands, where do you place them? On the monitor, on the server?
No, on like between the banks, we form like a little chain. We close a circuit between the server banks between Dax, Dot.
Okay. You notice that there is a glowing around where the three of you are standing.
Bring your wisdom to Dot.
I don't feel very wise.
That's why you need it, Dot. I high five someone.
You look around, there's no one to high five.
High five the computer.
Max steps away from you.
Good.
Dot, are you aware of this glow near us?
I can see it. Yeah.
See it? Okay. Can you feel it? In another sensor?
What sensor?
On another plane of it, I don't fucking know.
You're treating robots as if they're wizards.
Maybe we need to teach the ship how to communicate with us, says Max.
Great idea. I look for a CD-ROM that has like a program that teaches children how to speak. I don't know. You said it all schooling's done online. I just assumed.
Oh, sure.
We get a whiteboard and start doing Arrival and just like drawing out words to the.
Where are the aliens?
What's Wait, what was the movie with Jeremy? Was it Jeremy Renner?
Yeah, it's Arrival.
Yeah.
Arrival.
I'm thinking of Contact. Fuck.
I'm gonna keep saying Arrival over and over again.
Okay. Yes, Arrival, not Contact. Arrival. Got it.
Arrival.
Yes, Arrival. Okay. I'm going to need a check from someone over the next few days to try and teach this ship how to speak.
I got Connect. Does anyone want to connect?
Nope, not Connect.
Oh.
You can talk. I'm like -1 in it. I'm really good.
Go ahead.
To talk.
All right.
I feel like this is no, maybe. Hang on. Let me look at my list of skills. And also let me bring up the rolls for the stream.
We said that Lettuce had a uncanny way with machines in his mechanic. So.
Yeah, but you actively don't like this thing, right?
Yeah, which makes me best suited to get to know it.
I mean, he did just try and tell it to worship Dot. I feel like if that's not overcoming your
to make
robophobia,
his vessel. Because I assume that this literal god complex has a god complex.
You're passing the buck.
Yes. Why do I have to take the buck?
Okay.
Because you're quality control. That's why.
I want to help. Whatever's happening, I want to either be a part of it or do something. I feel that Norm here has been actively trying to get this thing working.
This sounds like a Jesus. There is not a good analog.
Sound like a Jesus.
None of the skills are a good analog for teaching.
Administer.
That's I think it actually might be connect.
Wouldn't Norm
no.
say that stab is how you teach?
Norm has taught many people many lessons with stabbing, but this is not going to be one of those times.
It's true. One day in the future, though, I swear.
Would it be a notice?
No. Notice is like observing. I will take a talk, a no, or I will take a connect, but at disadvantage.
I'll do a talk, guys. Do a talk.
Well,
Go
it's
for it.
Tim.
I want Dax to assist me.
Of course,
Never
man.
mind.
I'm the talkiest of the talkers.
All right.
Okay, so are all three of you spending time teaching the ship to talk? Let us Norman Dax.
That's good.
Sure.
Because Sunny would be
I'll-
doing something else.
And I would insist on being there because I'm scared of this combination of Norman Tex.
You should be.
There's like chaotic ignorance and then just true evil.
Yep. It's the bad combination.
All right, I'm rolling at +1, unless I'm told otherwise.
There's chaotic ignorance and ignorant chaos.
Both.
Okay.
7.
Yeah,
Really bad. That's a 2 and a 1.
that is a 2 and a 1.
All he teaches it are like stab, kill, and shit.
Can't teach this kid. Someone help me.
Does anyone else want to make an attempt? And I will take the average of the attempts.
You can do that as well.
Go for it.
It's the same talk wisdom.
Again, I'll take talk or no or connect at disadvantage. Connect specifically at disadvantage. Okay.
Oh, I got a 9. It's actually like not terrible for me. That's like one of my better rolls.
Okay. So an 8 average is not too bad. It's not great, but it's not too bad. So I think it's going to take a couple days. So this is going to preoccupy your time teaching the ship how to communicate. And it is going to, oh man. I think that there is a very limited ability to communicate over the computer through typing, like text messages, basically at the computer station here. And it is limited in the sense that the ship is struggling to understand what your words are meaning, because like English or whatever you speak at this point in the future is just difficult for it to understand. However, there will be some sort of other discovery and advancement on this issue when we come back to you all. Sunny.
Fuck, it speaks Dutch.
That's all right. I already know the next quest. The next quest is going to be to go hunt down the other Genesis ship that's on the other side of the reef that has like an old copy of Rosetta Stone in it. We're going to get it and we're going to use it to teach this thing language. That really dates me. If you're looking at me like that, you don't even know what Rosetta Stone is.
No, I know what Rosetta Stone
okay.
is. I absolutely know what Rosetta Stone is. I don't know what ship you're talking about.
The bullshit ship in my mind that doesn't exist as I make a joke.
Oh,
Continue,
okay.
Good sir.
No, Sunny, you are going to immediately be contacted by nope, not Mango. Voryx. On your communicator, Sunny, you get an urgent message from Voryx as you're like leaving them to their devices to teach the ship to speak the first day. And Voryx is like, Sunny, we need to talk now. Can you meet on the ship?
Yep. I'll go over to Team Bella. I'm sure nobody else is there. Even Diarne is probably watching from the shadows with a scowl on his face at the interaction. So I'll have some privacy, sure.
Yeah, and Vorax is in the mess with a cup of coffee that surely Mouse has made for him, because you've never seen Vorax make his own coffee. And Vorax looks like really down and really like in shock.
What's up, buddy?
There was a burst that some of the pirates brought in from the outside. Things are really bad out there, Sonny. Let me try and remember all of the shit we're in now. The Cabal has gathered their forces. They're at full force. At least what they have in the sector is all active. And they are gathering around some of the core planets. Andy, you asked me a question earlier. That question was, what do these blue dots mean? The corporations have consolidated all of their military forces and security forces to these planets in blue. So he will go over this information. Basically, all of the like major corporations, major capital spots that have the biggest industries. They have consolidated all their forces to protecting these planets and moons. For some reason, there is a large complement of forces around the destroyed planet of Midi. They must have something big going on there, but that isn't even close to our biggest problem. And Vorax will start showing you some footage, Sonny. This is footage of the Blue Horizon and the pirate fleet here. And there is like a propaganda video of like the pirates have been at work amassing forces to raid our homes. The corporations have banded together as one entity to protect our future, the future of the shore. And then there's another propaganda video that he plays. It is a video, it is security footage that you've seen before. Footage of Diaren on the top of a building in Lycandrop on Saber, waving a hand with a device on it at the mountains, and then it cuts to images of the Wilt traveling across Saber. And there are claims that this alien who claimed to be a diplomat really came here to destroy one of our planets. Nothing can be done. Our technology cannot reverse this. And then there are images of you all. Images that you've seen before. It's the ones that got sent around to the security forces around the corporate security offices, claiming that you all have blown up numerous corporate properties, including blowing up a facility that was holding Diaren. And it has labeled you all as terrorists.
I don't believe that Dax has like 4 aliases, and all of them are just him with different sunglasses on.
Dax, Dex, Ducks, Dicks, Dirks.
There you go.
There's another one that shows a really rough shot of Magno Glorio with really messed up hair, and it's like a prison shot where he's like holding a number and then turned to the side, and he has been arrested. Magno Glorio has been arrested. In a response to fear of rebel and pirate attacks, Magno Glorio, who's been identified as a rebel leader, his Free Citizens Flotilla, in quote marks, has been seized by corporate security forces, and many have been arrested under suspicion of being terrorist rebels. There is other information here that he shows you, messages going out to all citizens in the shore, kind of like an emergency broadcast, encouraging people to flee flee to densely populated worlds to remain under corporate protection. Saber is not among these, especially because of the wilt. There is also news that the shore government has pleaded with Space Force to intervene and step in and return the good people of the shore's liberty to the people and not let corporate fear-mongering run the system. So for some reason, the government is siding with people, siding against the government, against corporations. The Space Force, according to Vorix, has not interceded or given comment. However, their fleet remains around Saber. So I'll go ahead and put a green dot on Saber to show that is where Space Force fleet, the 49th fleet, is orbiting. They have consolidated their forces and they're helping people evacuate the city. It looks like we've hit near the end of the road with our rebellion, huh?
Okay, let me see your counter propaganda piece.
That's not really my line of work.
I'm sorry. Are you not the foremost hacker in the entire shore?
I mean, when I have access to satellites, yeah, if I can get back out there, I can work on some stuff, but I can't really do anything from in here. We're off the grid in here.
Then we're gonna have to get you back out here and back out there soon. But what are you worried about? They're labeling us as terrorists, of course. We are terrorists. We've been destroying their installations. We've been busting people out of prison.
Yeah.
Nothing should be new. The fact that we're terrorists shouldn't be what worries you. The fact that they're labeling us against the people and we're not doing anything to fight that propaganda with our own should be the worry.
Look.
Of course the corporations are going to do this. Of course Magna Gloria was going to get arrested. He's too damn flamboyant. Everybody, I'm sure they knew exactly who he was months ago.
Look,
this should be an opportunity for you to laud him up as someone who supports the people and put him up as a martyr for the cause.
Hold on.
Continue. Go ahead.
Listen, it's Brucius. Brucius got me this information. He got a hold of some pirates and on their way in, he sent them in with this data. There was one other piece of information, something he was able to hack. The Cabal, they have a lot of other forces coming in. The Orion Guild, the organization behind the Cabal, they're sending a lot more ships, a lot more fighters, cruisers, frigates. They're on their way. They'll be here in a few months. You don't have a lot of time before we're not going to be able to stand up sheer amount of force. I think they've pulled back everything defensively while they wait, biding time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not really into strategy. So
are you about to bail, Forex? Is that what you're telling me?
No. Look, I'm just. This is just a lot all at once, and this coffee is not kicking in fast enough. I just wanted to talk. Okay, I'm having a hard time here.
Something that kicks in faster. You can't talk to Mouse. You have to talk to Dax.
Yeah, maybe I just need a day of downtime with Dax before diving into work.
What was the contingency plan for when this turned hot like it has now? Where's the rest of the leadership?
I mean, all the cells, much like your own, kind of been operating independently through Magno.
Who's in charge now?
I mean,
I am the captain now.
You've always been in charge of this ship. That has never been up for debate. I
You're
think
skirting the question for it. Who's in charge of the rebellion while Magno is behind bars?
I guess if I can get out there, I can be the one to coordinate. But like I said, I'm not very strategic mind. I can try and work with the pirates to link up a network of relays to hook me up from here or somewhere else in the reef, or I can post up in a satellite, a comm satellite out in the black, and work from there, and send messages into the pirates if we can find someone else to coordinate. I think I would be better served working on technology and hacking than coordinating a bunch of missions that I begin to know how to.
I'm catching your drift. Let's get you out there now.
Okay.
Come with me. And I will bring him back in towards where most of the party is, and
we'll catch everyone up. Yeah.
Norm. We need to talk to Theon. The rest of the pirates, you gotta get Vorax out of here now. He's got a job to do. And we need to catch up on some things, all of us.
I can take care of catching a ride with some pirates out to a comm satellite. I don't know if you know this, but I used to live in those comm satellites, and any time I thought someone was on to me, I would just bug out and go find another satellite. Like they only maintain those things like every 6 months, and there's lots of room in them.
Like, why are you still here? Almost when you get established.
Okay, I'll. Hey Dax, can I talk to you for a second?
Oh yeah, definitely.
He wants some drugs.
I have been working on that. So here's the thing: they don't have a great selection out here in the reef. But I could get you a few uppers, a few downers. I can get you a little bit of something on the side. I've been working on this myself. It's called the Sly Weasel. You don't really want to know the origin of that story, but trust me, it does the job.
What is it?
The Sly Weasel? Oh, well, it is a drug so good you'll shit your pants, I swear to God.
I don't...
Like a weasel.
Slyly
slipping out of your butthole.
So should I like make sure I'm posted up on a toilet when I take this?
I mean, if you want, that's kind of not very fun, but you'll know when it hits. Look, it's the downside of dealing with pirates and chem labs out in the asteroid belt.
Hold on, you find shitting your pants fun?
No, it's everything else first.
It's a side effect.
I'm gonna go see if I can catch a ride out of here. Good luck, and I'll be in touch soon.
Hey man, let me get some weasel.
Cocaine mixed with Frank's Red Hot and mild diuretics. That's so fucking good. Nice, Brian.
Thank you.
Okay, Vorax is gonna take off.
Ooh.
All right. Now, after a few days, you will hear back from Vorax. He found a nice little satellite, comm satellite to post up in. And fortunate enough, the Department of Space Communications in the Shore has recently upgraded the comms network, and things are going to communicate a lot better and faster. So from now on, because of Vorax, you all are going to be able to communicate by voice instantaneously in any part of the shore, except
cool.
the reef, because of the huge amount of electromagnetic effect happening with that whole setup. So he's good to go. And around the same time you get a message from him, the ship stops communicating with you on the computer. But you see a series of lights blinking, leading you down a hall.
We go.
And you're led not far, but there is a room that has suddenly appeared on the other side of the server room. It's actually like around the back, and there is a chair.
Sit together. Sit on my lap.
There is one chair with room for one.
I take the blue pill. No.
Okay. Sunny.
You sit on Sunny's lap.
Jesus Christ, please don't make me do this, Sean. Sunny, you sit in the chair.
I was making a Matrix joke. We should totally let Dax sit in the chair.
Okay.
Dax, get him a chair.
Man, chair.
Okay. Dax sits in the chair, and a la Stargate SG-1 and Stargate Atlantis, when you sit in the chair, it turns bright blue and automatically like leans you back. There is a bright blue glow, and Dax, suddenly you cannot see.
All right, I've had this problem before. Does anyone have an EpiPen?
And you hear a voice in your mind, Dax. And what that voice says and what it sounds like, we will find out on the other side of our break. We will be right back. Welcome back. Dax, as you sit in this new chair aboard the Blue Horizon, your vision fades to black, and you begin to hear a voice in your head. And as you do, sorry, I just need to change something so the stream can hear the music. Sorry, stream. You begin to feel... It's like the opposite of Alice in Wonderland syndrome. You begin to feel your body. You begin to feel the ship as though it were your own body. Not completely, but to an extent. It's like as this voice begins to speak with you, not in words, but through thought, shared thought, it is revealing parts of itself to you. And as it shares in your thoughts, it says it sends a greeting and a welcome. It explains that it has created what it believes should allow us to communicate.
It's trippy as hell, but it works, man. Nice.
I have had a painful voyage, a painful short life that began near the Nyota sun. And it doesn't say
it's so
Nyota
weird
sun,
that you call it that. Oh,
but
okay.
it is like it is sharing the idea of the Nyota sun with you, and you recognize it. And what flashes through your mind is what feels not like how would I describe this? It's sharing not memory with you, but like data. A lot of data, and basically it is showing you that data in the form of a story, a visual story, but you can tell that it is not like the memory of the ship, like the living memory.
Okay.
And you see the ship flying into the shore. It sees all of the planets on its sensors. It sees the reef. It sees all of the suns, the asteroids, the meteors. It can see it all. And it spends a great deal of time sending out its probes to learn more and gather information, as it is programmed to do. And it gets very interesting and incredible readings that are very different than any it's gathered in its long voyage from the Nyota sun. So it turns and flies towards it. And as it draws close to the sun lashes out. And with what looks like a solar flare made of electricity, reaches out and strikes the ship, which immediately begins to turn away and is losing a great deal of power and system control. And it loses control completely, and it begins to drift towards the reef. The system computer calculates its best odds of survival are to devote all power to the storm drive, seeing as the reef and its electrical charge will destroy the ship and render it completely dead. So it shuts itself down and hopes to make it out on the other side of the reef, and then just wait to be found. But while it is drifting and beginning to shut things down, that memory of data begins to like get a little bit of color, a little bit of life to it, and you begin to sense thoughts and feelings for the first time in this story that it shows you. And it is panicking and making decisions on its own rather than through programming language and predetermined code. And it still arrives at the same conclusion of what it needs to do, but there's a more active effort when that light turns off. And as the ship just drifts towards what it is afraid is its death. And then it shows it waking up to you all.
The story, man. Crazy how things begin. Well, welcome to not Earth. Welcome to the shore. It's pretty crazy over. I think I send him images first of finding the little droid Dot and discovering the weird chip like change, the like messages of Lorix gave us about the Nyota sun and sentience, and then like training and teaching Dot, like I don't know how much I taught her anything, but just the memories Dax has of that, and kind of equating that as like we could be buds, we could be the same. And then also, I suppose, gives him images of like his trials with Aphrodite, the like images that the Agony gave to him from when they were messed with the same way, and like maybe the tribulations of like people in and around the places he's worked, right? The kind of low class cities and slums where the people are overwhelmed by the kind of corporations and the like poor living that is taken care of there, the need for substances, and they say like, this is what we're fighting against. You want to join us? I guess we could take those one at a time or together. I don't know which is more beneficial for you.
I think you sense the ship deep in thought. And even in this brief moment, you're already detecting like an intelligence that far surpasses Dot's and even your own.
I mean, that's commonplace for me.
Okay, it far surpasses that of like any person you know.
Sure.
Vorex.
Sure.
Norm and his knowledge of bureaucracy, Lettuce and his knowledge of systems, Sunny and his ability to hack things. Like this is an incredible being that you are connecting with. And it gives pause. And it says, it returns with, I am meant to make this place a better environment for people, for human. I cannot fight, but I can help. And it kind of tugs at your mind. And it is looking for information in your mind, you can sense. How do you react to this?
I think that Dax is fine. Like, if he understands it as it looking for information, Dax is like an open book. He's like, here, check it out.
Okay.
My brain's got holes in it.
Yeah. You're like, all right. And it immediately, like, with a incredible speed in your mind, kind of locates Vorex in the satellite. Like, you have this idea of Vorex satellite. That's where he is right now. And you sense the ship take the reef, that enormously massive cloud, and begin to push it apart.
Oh, okay.
And like open it up and move that opening around. For the rest of you, as Dax is kind of like mumbling to himself and the ship, you all are getting like messages that there is something crazy happening with the reef. The reef is moving. And it doesn't take long, Dax, but the ship creates an opening. There is a straight hole in the direction of a satellite nearby.
Whoa. I guess we're going to Vorex then. I don't know if Dax is like in this chair in like some kind of fugue state, right? Is he aware that this like has happened?
I mean, like you can see what the ship is doing. Like the ship's perceptions are being shared with you. So
okay, yeah,
you might believe that it's a drug-induced dream or something, but you can see it.
It's like I've had these before.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I guess. Yeah, that guy knows a lot. Let's go there.
If you wish, I can reach your friend through the storm. I can help your people exit freely, but remain hidden.
Well, that would be dope. Let's do it.
Someone runs in and is like, the storm drive is acting crazy.
It's cool.
And Dax, suddenly you sit up in the chair. You can see again. You can still feel the faint trace of the ship in your mind.
Okay. I guess he sits up as someone who's like, the ship's acting crazy. Oh my God. He's like, it's cool, man. The ship's gonna help us get out of the reef undetected. Yeah. He's gonna help us out a bit. Or they're gonna help us out a bit. How do you identify?
The name Blue Horizon is
I don't
brought to your mind. Okay.
All right. We have a friend.
Dax, I'm going to need a lead or talk check from you.
Yeah, absolutely. Oddly enough, I am decent at both of those. I will go with lead. This seems to be my jam. And we will go with charisma. That's a 10. Like Dax doesn't know a lot of stuff, but he knows how to motivate people. I think like he can drop into like drill sergeant mode a little bit and be like, "Go here, do this. We're getting out of here."
Oh my god, I haven't chosen a word for this yet. The ship leaves a thought in your mind, and it will say, you are my... I don't know if this is the word I want to stick with for this, but it's going to say, you are my chosen. Or maybe you are my nominee. There is a word there. Maybe you don't know what it is, but
I am the herald.
Oh God.
How about conduit?
Conduit?
Ooh, you are my conduit. I like that.
The designate. Oh, I like conduit too.
Conduit's good. I'm gonna marinate on that for a bit. But yeah, let's stick with that for now.
I put a hand on Dax's shoulder. Good job.
Thank you.
When he touches Dax, can he feel the ship?
Can I feel the ship?
I am the ship. No.
Can I feel Dax with
I don't think so. You could try sitting in the chair.
Yeah. Maybe later.
Sure.
But I want Dax to have this moment because Norm goes hard on a lot of people, but like Dax is one of a few individuals. He doesn't just maybe he views him more as a victim than he would like to imagine. But when he sees this drug-addled sniper who is a part of this team, he knows that without like Aphrodite, Dax would have had a somewhat life. Unlike Sonny, who's a scumbag, who and Lettuce, who's just a guy on the run. Norm will look at Sonny then. Say, all right, let's go wage a war.
Oryx is setting up communications,
Right.
allowing us to interact with people across the sector. I will fill the team in on the activities and the propaganda of the current corporation. Time for us, and then tell them it's time for us to choose, because with everybody acting as independent contractors, there are no leaders of this rebellion anymore. So we're going to have to take the lead, do something that inspires them to get moving.
True. I've been stewing ever since you told us, and we've been trying to get the robot to speak on what our next most logical steps are to winning this war. Now that we're no longer just scum on the run doing grand piracy and murders for laughs. The cartel's bad. They've got a fleet coming in a couple months, so we have a narrow window of opportunity. However, we are not without allies. I've been saying for weeks, if not years, that the government, big government, needs to come back to this system. And we have a space fleet above Saber. I say we start sending them all the information we've been sending to ineffectual bodies and lawsuit attorneys. Who are the people suing Loricon?
Loricon, yeah.
Was.
Yeah, the government was or there was a class action lawsuit against Loricon, which this probably got kind of buried. The lawsuit against Loricon won, and Loricon was set up to like pay massive punitive damages, and I'm sure in some other sectors where Loricon's soul crystals are sold, like in other sectors of the Orion Belt, that's a huge deal. And Loricon and thus the Orion Guild are going to have to pay a lot of money. But shit has hit the fan in the sector, and it is like no longer being talked about. Yeah. Like that got resolved while you all were in here, and then it blew over very quickly.
Well, people are heading to population centers, which makes things easier to maneuver. Space fleets can't survive without logistics. We have the space fleet of government people we can speak to. And if we don't want to take a fight, there's no need that we do, right? If we can't beat them in open space, then it is time to attack where they're not. Them when their backs are turned. And if we have to get our new friend here to catapult an asteroid somewhere.
They have not shown any capability of doing that so far.
Okay.
I don't want you to be disappointed.
Not yet.
Okay.
If it comes to using our friend's abilities, I think getting all the pirates out of here undetected is sweet. Should totally do. B, if we want to use it offensively, my tactical mind is thinking of luring all of the corporate fleet into the nebula, right? They know pirates are here. We get out undetected, they won't know that pirates aren't here. Then we just turn off the storm chargy thingy whipple doople, and then the nebula crushes the corporate fleet.
That would immediately solve all of our problems, but the problem comes with luring them in.
They're already thinking we're here, right? They're coming as we speak.
That is.
I'm sure we could like shoot up a couple of ships or something and like pretend like we're in them.
Nods his head.
Our ship is fast, man. Or at least our old one was.
I think we need numbers on our fleet here. How many ships, weapons can we bring to bear? Because if we get the space fleet up and running, show them the crimes that they are committing, and that this is like an unlawful act, and that a citizens' militia will back the proper authorities if they choose to act, we can give the admiral, who's in charge of the space fleet.
That is Admiral Biego with a B.
Biego.
Biego. And they are aboard the OSF.
Got it.
All right. Look forward to an entirely new cast for season 3.
Non-OS related.
So they are aboard the flagship of the, I think it's the 49th Fleet. I think that's what I have them listed as. But their flagship is the OSF Fianchetto. They have in the fleet a complement of patrol boats, corvettes. They probably have a destroyer, a couple of frigates, a cruiser or two. And then this is a battleship.
Well, yeah, there's... The corporations don't have battleships,
no,
I'm assuming.
The biggest things that corporations have are going to be like, there's probably a handful of cruisers and probably lots of frigates.
I I would put money that the battleship can actually take most of the frigates. Are quite small.
Right, and this is military grade, like a military grade ship.
So
I'm just gonna go ahead and copy and paste the names of some other ships in the Space Force that you would you would probably have heard of.
The old baloney.
Benoni.
Whatever. I say we call on our big brother. Literally big brother. Get it? 1984. Okay. To come help us out here and reassert control in this sector of space. We do a public piece that these pirates have always been freedom fighters and not just thieves and criminals on the run.
Yeah.
Why stop there? Why not find a way to broadcast it to the entire sector? There's already a propaganda piece going against us individually as well as everyone in this rebellion. Why not fight back over the media?
You get a message from Vorix saying like, "Hey, I'm seeing I'm seeing you're online on Messenger here. I'm surprised to see that. Are you getting this?"
Yep. We put him on speakerphone.
Hey,
I'm one of those desk things.
Hey, it's Norm. I'm here with Sunny, Lettuce, Dax, and the Blue Horizon. You're on speakerphone. Okay, I was I had just put in a requisition to get a bunch of drones to set up some sort of network, but it appears that's not necessary. Well, whatever's changed. Great work. Well done. I have a message I need to forward. Lettuce, this is going to go to your data pad from your sibling. Anyway, I just I noticed you all were live, and I had the message, and I wondered what was up.
All right. Well, start sending out our counter intel that we will be giving you and hand waving.
Yeah. I'll get on that. There's a small issue.
What?
So there's this network, right? It's like a web. There's like, you send a message, it goes from one relay to the next relay to the next relay to the next relay, and eventually it makes it to Istri or Warren. Yeah, I'm seeing here that there is some manual overrides being done at all of the locations of the worlds and moons with the blue dots that I mentioned before. Yeah, they're filtering all the messages manually there. So
that's incredible.
I'll be able to reach like Saber, Shemaya, Akedi.
Thought you were a hacker.
I was about to say, if only we knew a hacker.
Look, it's being manually overridden. There's nothing I can do about that unless I'm there.
Okay.
Well, first news, go to Saber and make contact with Biego.
Oh, I mean, I can send them a message. That relay is not being turned off. It's the blue dots. Do it. The blue dots, Norm. The blue dots, not the green ones.
We don't care about the blue dots. We're not going to the blue dots.
You just said contact
go
Biego.
To the blue dots.
I've got
the green dot.
I can get Biego on the line here. Well, I mean, if they'll take the call. Want me to call collect?
Everything you have to Biego and make it look like we're fucking freedom fighters. God damn it.
Wow. Norm, did you ever go to like Manners Camp or anything?
I haven't eaten in 9 months.
Didn't we save your life?
Me?
Works, this is important. Can you do this for us?
Yeah, I'm on it. I just, Norm comes from money. I figured he would have gone to like inner school or something.
School.
I terminate the call.
You see my finger hovered above the button right after you push it.
Okay. Well, hopefully he'll get back to us.
Okay.
What do you think they're doing in MIDI, guys? I didn't think anything was there. Wasn't that like a volcanic world of bullshit?
That's the story.
The story goes that there was some sort of accident when Indri Mining, I believe it was Indri Mining, was conducting like some mining on the planet's surface. Excuse me, some sort of catastrophic planetary failure, triggering some seismic and volcanic activity. Whole planet went. Nothing could have anticipated it.
Sounds like bullshit. That's
Smells like bullshit.
You ever heard the sound of bullshit, Nick?
I'm not going to answer that question.
I think we're going to spend a week to get all of our allies together and consolidate. We have our pirate friends, but I don't think they're ready to like mobilize, and we kind of need to take the helm in terms of leadership, or nothing's going to get.
Well, there are a lot of pirates, like small crews, that are chomping at the bit to get out there, because since the like not insurrection, the infiltration, and with all the government shifts, there's actually a lot of pirates that just want to be like, yeah, we'll let someone else deal with that. I'd like to get the fuck out there and be a pirate. Sign me up, boys. Okay. But I think some of the major factions, the ones that have been in charge, and the leaders you've been working with, they are a little reticent. So you could get a sizable force, just not the meat and potatoes of the pirate fleet. And I think Vorex is probably able to get a hold of a number of captains from the
Resistance.
Les Resistance.
Well, let's start taking satellites in the space station.
Andy. Insert French ghost wizard here. All right. So I think that, are there any like specific tasks anyone wants to take here? Because we've about reached the end of my prep.
I opened the email that I got.
Oh yeah, okay, that's right. I have not reached the end of that prep. So you have a message here from your brother in the Cobalt Collective, and that is
Bacon.
And he says, just wanted to say, hey, brother.
Just that's the
No. Keep reading in that voice, please.
brother.
All the way through.
Hey, brother. Shit's been really hitting the fan out here, but me and the Cobalt Collective, we're doing all right by ourselves. I just wanted you to know that Tomato, he's contacted me, and he wants to get together and see what help we can all offer each other. So what do you say? The BLT brothers reunite for some sandwich goodness.
That their code phrase?
I just really want a sandwich.
I don't fucking know, but I could really go for a sandwich.
Everything's made out of moss, and I really want
does he give a location and time?
I mean, he's like,
do I have an appointment now? Like, what's is it on my, did he add it to my calendar?
There's like an Evite with an RSVP link. I want to say it's like shit, what was the name of the diner? Oh my god.
The Give and Take.
The Give and Take. Thank you so much.
Literally the channel that we're all in right now.
Yes. Thank you so much. The Give and Take. Because why not? We haven't been to that the space diner with its deliciously overburnt toast BLTs.
That one's on Warren, right?
No, they are a trucker. Like, it's not even a space station. I guess it would be a space station if ships are gassing
up. If I remember
up.
correctly, the give and take is here.
Yeah,
on the map.
It's like
way down the bottom right-hand corner, away from Indri.
Yeah, it's like drive 5 miles to the exit and on ramp of the freeway to other sectors of space.
I always imagined like the space diner from Spaceballs.
Yes, exactly what I had in mind.
Okay. All right. Send a response thing.
Excellent.
And have a sandwich without lettuce.
Absolutely not. I mean, you could have moss on it, but it's really not as good.
Butter and lettuce, my favorite. Nothing like it. Oh god.
When you're out of crunchy peanut butter, sometimes you just gotta reach for the iceberg.
What's lettuce? What is lettuce according to the cube rule? Where's Rumble?
Lettuce is just anyway. No more cube roll, please.
No more cube roll.
Okay, so next time we will have a scene with the BLT brothers. We'll have a scene probably with Admiral Biego calling you all, and any like coordination or strategy that you all want to do with the pirates and Space Force if you can convince them to help you. Is there any other like leads or people anyone wants to talk to? Any like equipment anyone wants to get? Or anything anyone wants to do with the pirates right now?
I have assassin friends, and I want to put some hits out on people. I don't know who those people are yet, but I want them to start going after some of the cabal.
The Peated Blades have had to leave Saber because it is
perfect.
It is no longer safe to live there. The wilt has reached the city. It's worth noting no one has asked Diaren, hey, can you undo that?
Can he undo that?
Yeah. I mean, if you give me my hand, oh no, I think you gave me my hand device back.
I did.
Yeah. I
mean, look, we went off on him about not doing anything, and now we found something for him to do. Isn't that great, guys? Look at that.
Amazing.
He got put in his place, and now to spite me, he will definitely do that without asking for anything, right?
I don't have anything I want from you all.
Hell yeah.
Why'd you do it in the first
Except this planet.
Look, I'm so glad you asked. In my society with the twin sons of Diana and Minerva, my mate of Minerva, she believed in coming together to solve problems, and I, as a follower of Diana, believe in more aggressive tactics. So I thought that using the technology that remained on my ancestral home, I could turn off the technology that was keeping the wilt at bay, the wilt which largely destroyed my home. And
isn't that what caused your people to leave in the first place?
Yes.
Based.
So
I actually am respecting this guy way more and more and more now.
I was gonna say I regret protecting you from Norm.
I regret aggressing it. That was actually a very wise choice.
If humans wouldn't give my people back their home, then no one would have it.
Oh my god. It just gave. Oh. I want to hug him, but I know.
You see Sonny bring over a bottle of whiskey and 2 glasses, hand it to Norm.
My friend, you and I are of a very similar cloth.
Incredibly judgmental and murderous. Yes.
That's exactly what we are.
Do
Do we want to do character moments or character check-ins, guys?
Yeah, I think that would be good. Is there a particular question you have for another character, John, or another player?
Ooh, that's great.
You have one in mind? Kick us off.
I think now that we are in the end game, call it, because that's a popular Marvel movie, right? Now that we're in the end game, I want to know about Lettuce specifically, who is not a fighter. He's almost a lover. He loves machines. He does cool things. But where is his resolve coming from to wage this war that we are now in? What are the ideals backing your character's beliefs for going to war, if any?
He's not pro-war. He's just pro. He's on corporation. Anything that's disrupting their stupid, mindless exploitation is something you work with. So this seemed like something that was on a trajectory to head that way, to continue disrupting and fucking up corporate exploitation.
How far is he willing to go to disrupt what the corporations are doing?
I mean, he doesn't know. That's his whole thing started because he didn't know what to make of it anymore. So, but I think he's continued to find inspiration in this group to continue exerting or discovering his point of view a little bit. He's definitely still afraid of massively powerful technologies insofar as they can be used by already powerful and wealthy people to be more powerful.
Okay.
But he has very happily seen Dot pivoted from being potentially horrifically dangerous to being a perfectly nice little gardener. So
In a Gundam.
That's
In a Gundam.
In a Gundam.
And a Gundam.
Gundam, if you
Does
Gundam.
A Zoid, let's be real.
does Lettuce see Dot as a tool? Like, oh, this is just a robot that does agriculture or and gardening, or
tool / pet at this point. I would say 70-30 tool pet.
as 70 tool, 30 pet. Got it. Okay, I'm
Correct.
the dichotomy of individual pet or tool.
Well, at the end of the season, we'll do a Likert scale check-in to see where that percentage lines up. Do you strongly agree that Dot is a pet? Do you?
I mean, this is a spectrum.
neutral?
It started off 100 weapon, and then it became like 60-40 weapon tool, and now it is 70-30 tool.
You know, that's a pretty good shift, I'd say.
That's a great shift. Wow. Amazing. Okay. Andy, do you have a question for one of your fellow players or for the fellow characters? About their character and where they currently stand on the state of affairs.
I don't think I know Sunny's a lot about Sunny's background. Why, like, how do you connect to
corporation?
Yeah, and like why? I don't know. You like. I feel like you have a lot of rebel clout that I don't have a lot of context for.
Sunny grew up on Bowen, a mine, who's a miner, the Loricon Corporation, eventually a pilot for their mining ships, and he lost a family member, lost a parent, his mother, to the mining process, and then sat there and watched his friends, family, everyone around him be exploited dangerous, horrible working conditions, low pay, no chance of advancing in life and society, all for the greed of corporations. And he's had enough. So he went and tried to steal a soul crystal, but it didn't work. It went horribly wrong. Most of his crew got pinched or killed. Then he made his way across the sectors slowly to Saber, biding time until he could do something to get his revenge. He's got a big fuel, a big group, a big opportunity in front of him. Not only get his revenge, but honestly, to get rich, find a way to retire and move away from the craziness. Current situation, Sonny is stuck. Really want to be a leader, but he kind of has to step up and be one because there's nobody else out there that wants to do so. So therefore, he will. Till so at time as he's not needed, and then he's fucking out.
Is that he's stepping up because he sees there being no other option? Is there like any like contempt for that? Is that weighing on him in any way? Is it like, is there like, what if this keeps going? Has he like, where does he stand with that choice? Or is he just like, I'll just keep doing it because I got it.
That's future Sonny's problem.
Okay.
Present day Sonny has other shit to deal with.
Yeah, I've
future Sonny
definitely
gets to deal with that later.
I've definitely been that person before. How has he felt about the news that Loricon lost the lawsuit?
He's happy. Anything he can do to stick it to Loricon, he'll do it. They're going to be losing money, but they're also part of the cabal. They're going to be protected until we get to the meat and potatoes of what's going on.
Yeah.
But he's no fool. That's why he's not scared by the propaganda that the corporation's reporting out against the rebels, because of course they're going to do that. They're going to do that eventually anyways. That's why he knows the propaganda that he wants to put out against the corporations isn't going to work.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take one key moment where the corporation steps across the line so far that even those who believe the bullshit will take pause. That's what he's looking for. That's the next process that he wants to see. These small things with meeting with the BLT brothers, moving the pirates around, getting the rebel fleet, getting the government fleet on their side, which is a pretty big one, to be honest. Those are all lead-up steps. He's looking for the big. I think he has his eyes right on Kitty right now.
Okay.
That's the cover-up. That if he can expose that takes away the propaganda, takes away the support, and puts the corporation on their heels.
Okay.
I want to see what's going on there. It's his next big step.
Fair enough. Do you have a question for Dax or for Norm, Brian?
Oh, I have a question for Dax.
Oh,
Dax has been wondering for a long time in his life whether he has latent powers.
mm-hmm.
And he's had some small interactions with it and then some hard troops that maybe he doesn't. And now, in your mind, Dax, you can speak with AI. Is your way powers latently coming together? Is this the evolution of Dax's mind? Is this a trick of the AI? Does this have to do something with the drugs?
A good question. Dax is probably a certain character, probably like Dax, or I as a character. Yeah, Greg's a character. That's fair. Somebody's playing me and they're doing a shit job of it. Somebody just had some really bad roles. Anyway, Greg as a player thinks of Dax as a perhaps a latent psychic that isn't really in full control of it, but could like perhaps in times of great stress or need call upon that in weird and unusual ways. He's not established or trained psychic. I think that kind of fits my
I think we'd all be surprised if Dax had given it more thought than that. But is there any other, I guess, parts of the conflict with the corporations or what Aphrodite has done to him that he wants to like follow up on specifically?
No, I don't think so. The whole thing's coming to a head as we speak, right? The war's happening. Aphrodite's gonna get their part of that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's particularly concerned about any one specific instance of Aphrodite. That I mean, he's helped the Agony. He's bought blown up a whole structure of theirs, right? Like he's done some homework on that front. I don't think that he's overly concerned about taking down any one specific instance. He's kind of been getting his revenge this whole time, so going with the flow.
Okay, good. And finally, hopefully you saw this coming, Greg. Do you have any
I did.
questions or thoughts for John and Norm?
For Norm, what motivates Norm to be the like killer clown from outer space, right? You saw him as a kindly doctor who was dressing up as a clown to try to treat patients that he couldn't otherwise help, and it has kind of become a slasher villain from the 90s probably. And I don't know, like it's interesting to see what that might have turned him into, or to ponder what made that transformation in him.
I think at one point, Norm was just a regular guy. He wasn't a very good doctor. He wasn't a very good administrator. He had no real talents in doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, he found his one niche, right? Of, like, bringing a little bit of humor and joy to people within his hospital. And he did that on the side, semi-anonymously, or if it was, like, if people knew, everyone knew he did it. But it was, like, an eccentric... wow, that word came out bad. He was just an eccentric, weird administrator. Kind of like Ted from Scrubs, almost, if he wasn't so depressed, I guess. And then, like, the system pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed until he snapped. And then he, like, oh, I'll just go on the road and do that. And then that wasn't enough.
Mm-hmm.
And then he, like, had a fling, apparently, with some assassins and learned to stab some people. And he wasn't good at that, but he got good at that. And I think the madness and neuroticism, along with his original ideology, is driving him forward to the point of self-destruction. And now that he is staring at this war, let me segue into that next question for you, ApolloNik.
Okay.
He is not expecting a clear win, nor is he expecting, I suppose, to even survive the oncoming battle. But like a good martyr that he is becoming, he wants to give everyone a chance at not being slaves to this system that everyone is currently trapped within.
Okay. Well, thank you all for giving us a deeper dive into your characters, especially as we head into the final chapter here. Thank you all so much for playing with me tonight. This was one of the more fun sessions. I think we were a little goofy, a little silly tonight, but I had a lot of fun hanging out with you all, just being absurd as always. And we should be back next week unless there's anything I'm not anticipating. And we'll head into the recruiting and planning of the final stages of our show and story. So thank you to everyone who hung out with us tonight, everyone who donated channel points for the new Deadly Dungeon floor. It's gonna be more than a floor. I'm telling you that I'm telling everyone that right now. It's gonna be more than a floor. I have ambitious plans. I have found my creative energy for that. Thank you to Soul and Temer for hanging out. Thank you to Scarlet Shadow for subscribing again for their 15th month. Thank you to Corin for hanging out. Who else am I missing here? We appreciate you. And if you want to help the show, let people know who don't watch the show about it and what you like about it. More viewers and more community members are always welcome, and it really helps us. Any other sign-offs before we go?
Not from me.
I don't think so.
You will see John and I on Friday as we continue Sins of Stormfire. I believe we just did our downtime after our first arc, so we'll probably be heading into some more vignettes and second story arc.
Yes, we are on, hopefully, the path of main bad guy who has not just stolen one artifact from one set of people, but another artifact from another group. We need to unravel that mystery and find out what the fuck's going on.
Yes, my character is going to have a sudden revelation that the events of the first arc was in fact related to my character's
entire backstory.
Yeah. Nick needs to learn to read. All right. Well, that will be all from us tonight. Thank you all so much. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.